Hi everybody,
Hi, every spirit.
welcome very much to my YouTube channel. EsotericCloudSurfer here and
Mystaria.
ready to start another spiritual
Dual.
podcast.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Thank you very much for being here. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings and emotions.
Whole bunch of individuality, creativity, imaginations, and responsibility.
And I want to remember to you that you guys can ask us or suggest topics or ideas for this podcast, and you can also support this channel and Darius channel as well by using the links in the description down below. You can ask for services, you can book services with me and Miss Tari as well. You can know more about those services using the links in the description down below. And check my content and Miss Tari's content. We have different content from music, gaming, art, spirituality, talking about the reality and the world around us. So go and check our content.
Also, remember that I make clothing and things like that. So, if you want a fit specifically designed for you and your own alignments, maybe your own, idea or show that you are ready or want to present in a specific outfit, remember to check that also in the LinkTree. I am always available to talk as well as for commissions of that nature, so make sure to check us out. We have a lot of interesting and amazing services that we can offer as unique individuals. And so once again, remember to like this video as well as subscribe to EsotericCloudSurfer's channel, because we are bringing these podcasts each and every moon quarter, aka week. So we are going
in Old Tongue
yeah,
Week.
in the Old Tongue Week, we are going to be doing this, each and every week. So make sure to subscribe.
Each and every quarter.
Yeah, each and every quarter. And make sure to keep in touch with us by clicking in that notification bell.
Yeah, true. And here we are, me and Mystaria, ready to start the 10th episode of our Spirit to All podcast, where we make spirit, or we make the realization that you are a spirit available for everyone.
Real shit.
And it always comes connected with all possibilities.
Oh yeah, because you know that when you know that you are a spirit, and then you create the body, then you create your mind, right? You create your mind and then you create your body, right? You realize that all things come from your spirit, and that's where we are. What we talk about is where things come from, where things derive from, for them to even exist and really play out in the world.
Yeah, and then we talk about how that plays in the world.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what we do. We create things and then we experience them. All right?
As simple as that.
So, today we have topics for y'all, guys, and let's get started.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go with the first topic.
Keep in mind, guys, first topic is
it's
here.
The first.
It's the first.
It's the first topic.
First
it's the
topic.
First topic.
A bit of français, no?
A little bit of François?
Yeah. So, the first topic is an astrological analysis, an astrological testimony, which states the Aquarius, or the square between Aquarius and Taurus, it's a square, aka a learning process, that ultimately helps spirits in this realm to get lighter, or to be lighter, or to see themselves and the world around them in a lighter way.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me explain why I think this way. Because we are in this body of water, in this star, in this planet, whatever you want to call it, right? And not only it is called Earth, so that already symbolizes that it's a planet of like accumulation, fertility, moving a bit slow
Making
and dense, making sense, being structured, right? And then it is ruled by Taurus as well. So by default, by you being here, it already means that you were or still are very attached to sense of security, sense of structure, limitations, boundaries, waiting until you feel comfortable, whatever. A bit more slow and heavy and dense type.
Yeah. Attached to some form of practicality or some stability.
So by just even if you have a stellium in fire or a stellium, even if you have all of your natal chart in fire or air, just by you being a spirit in a body in this realm, it already means you were paying attention or you still are paying attention to very heavy things. And then we have Aquarius, right, which is a fixed sign as well, but is teaching us, or we being able to do things in an Aquarius way reminds us that we don't need to be as attached or as earthly or as limited in order to feel safe and secure. We can be more unique, we can be more different, we can be more new and still have structure, because Aquarius, it is ruled by Saturn as well, right? And right now, as we speak, Saturn is in Aquarius and Uranus is in Taurus. So we are experiencing that what I'm talking about right now in a grander scale. Okay, it's like everybody is literally going through it right now.
Real shit, through real change. And Aquarius not only is ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius is not only ruled by Saturn, but it is also co-ruled by Uranus, which is by default the star of uniqueness, individuality, change, newness, rebellionship, opposition, being different, being something new that everybody sees that you are new but don't want to acknowledge that it's something that will work, because many times it might not work, but other times it may work if you bring that enough to enough pattern and routine for it to make sense.
And that's another great example of what we are exactly, or infinitely speaking right now, what it works. Spirits in this realm are kind of attached and kind of lost in only trusting what works physically, but it's not because something works
that it's the right thing to do.
And it's not because it works that it should stay like that forever. There is better or different ways. Sometimes you just get tired of one routine.
And we see that many times when you're like doing something for ages and then you start to wonder, like, I do this, I always did this, like before it felt so good, before it worked, before everybody would take me seriously when I would do this, and now I do the same thing, but people now look at me different, or things don't work anymore like they used to when I did this. So that by default already shows you that as spirits and our ability to manifest comes from that unpredictability, that change, that uniqueness, that those new ideas, those new fresh portals and openings for fresh and new spirits and with new ideas coming through, right? So we really like the Taurus energy many times may be used too much to solidify something that doesn't work,
or that keep your spirit stuck in one place. You feel spiritually smothered, or really in spiritual jail, which is hell, which is Yale.
And that is one of the things that even if it continues working, you do the same thing over and over, just by it continuing working, you might be just attached for it because it's working. And you're like, you are like, I want to change, but this works,
or this feels safe here.
So you just keep holding on to something that, okay, it works, but you are feeling being dragged.
And me and Misario, we want to focus on the Uranus aspect of this conversation, because with the Taurus energy, you might sacrifice your individuality, looking different, being new. You might sacrifice that to feel safe, to feel accepted,
to feel
to feel
cared
stable,
for.
to feel
Yeah.
validated as well.
That's when the aspect of the moon being exalted in Taurus comes
yeah.
in as well.
True.
You know, just to understand better the
Yeah.
Taurus energy,
Yeah, that's
how
very important.
exalted our emotions get
Yeah.
insecurity.
Or if you don't feel that, if
Yeah,
you don't,
yeah.
you get all
how
exalted,
how exalted,
unsafe,
and
unsure.
that comes then to the opposition, right, of Taurus,
which is Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Indeed.
And the moon, when it's in Scorpio, it falls, so
Yeah.
it means that it's like in such a like a unsafe space, right, or in a space where anything can happen. There is so
Because
much
Scorpio
transformation.
is co-ruled by Pluto, the planet of transformation,
Talking about the
which
transformation,
really
yeah,
opposes that Taurus energy.
real shit.
Because
And
Uranus is change.
yeah, and what is exalted in Uranus is exalted in what?
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
That is the
Yeah.
the connection here.
Yeah.
How
True.
that square between Aquarius and Taurus can really help you lighten up that moment, these moments of change and transformation, and really, even if you don't feel that stable or that safe, you can still,
you can many times logically
yeah,
see the bright side, see that you needed to go through that change, you needed to go through that transformation.
yeah, and take your own conclusions for it, right? Take your own conclusions out of the learning process that you go through, and many times it's unpleasant, or it might feel harsh, right?
But the thing is, many times why you feel unpleasant or why you feel harsh, it's a misconception. It's because you learned that from the world and from the people around you, that it's hard to change or it's hard to see yourself in a higher way, and it is not.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what I was talking about in the start of this topic. Just by you being here, you're going to feel like it's hard, but it is not. It's just it's because of the space of the environment we are in.
Yeah.
And that's very important. That's a key thing about spirituality.
Real shit, because what may make you feel harsh or hard or dense or like very vulnerable is the fact that the space that you been, or the realization that where you was previously to that certain realization or to that learning process or that learning moment, that you are able to like see the difference between where you were and where you are now.
True.
So by you accepting that change, you go with it, and if you if you suffer, or if you are having troubles with realizing something that is truth, something that you realize was wrong, and now you know what's better, what's right for you. And my point here was that you can take your process onto the bright side, instead of holding on to, I've been like this and this has happened.
Things not the same anymore.
That's why it's hard.
Yeah.
It's when you really get attached to the past, instead of seeing the realization of why you even went to the past, why you even you had a changing process, and now you are in quote unquote leveling up. You are taking a step further to your expansion as a spirit, to your expression, and just really focus on especially when you go through these learning moments, because we all go through it in a daily basis, in smaller levels, in bigger levels, and all of those smaller levels, smaller steps take to those bigger events, right, and things like that. So
that's also a very big part of this process, which is understanding or realizing your growth process. Because by you things grow on this earth. This planet is all about things that grow slowly, though, right? And you might be feeling that you're growing too slow, or you're not achieving anything, and you are not realizing how stronger you are become, how smarter you are become, how can you handle more reality, and you can make more profit, esoterically or physically. and still be going through the world as flunked out as it is, but now you can make more sense out of it. You can see, you can learn and understand that many people are by default in that limited and dense mind state, and you Aquarius, uniqueness, individuality, you can be higher. It's not like you are higher and almighty. You just don't carry or don't go through or don't go as deep into those insecurities and limitations.
Yeah, but you realize that that you come to those realizations for a meaning, for a reason, for always keeping you
and that's exactly
in touch
the
with
point
yourself.
of this topic. How Aquarius energy is a learning lesson for everybody in this realm.
Yeah,
basically.
real shit. Taurus. Yeah, real shit. Being secure, making sense,
being fixed
and
on
being
that.
fixed, yeah, on being unique, on being original. Keep changing, keep looking
AKA,
forward.
don't let the reality, don't let the things that you and the people around you are fixed on valuing and maintaining. Instead, you are fixed on your own way to think and communicate.
Yeah, you don't let that hold you down.
Yeah.
You use that to hold yourself down sometimes.
Yeah, because not everybody needs to know what's going on with you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't give your pearls to the swines.
Real shit, because then that is the learning process.
The
when
reverse.
You look, when you look from the Taurus perspective, how you learn with that change, how you learn with that process.
How to keep your value
stable,
high and strong. You don't,
yeah.
like, imagine you have a store and you sell a certain product for $20. You don't let somebody come in and talk a really good game and then you sell that product for $10. No, you maintain your value.
Yeah, you even higher the price
if
they start to disvalue it. Oh, you disvalue it so much.
It's $40 now.
Yeah. Don't think I'm bend my knee here.
Yeah, true.
Right? Many times that's what Taurus don't let nobody do.
But sometimes they need to open up, which is they misunderstand their masculine side, Libra. Sometimes they need to open up.
Yeah.
And sometimes they do manifest and attract people that they opened, that the interactions and the conversations are necessary, and because it's a Taurus, so it's they manifested that person that is more talkative or doesn't give a fuck about so much limits and boundaries and shit like that. But many times Taurus reject that because they misunderstand. They think, oh, this person is invading my space, this person wants to take my business away, this person wants to take my value away. And no, they're just opening you up so you can even value yourself better.
Yeah.
So to focus and to finish this topic right now, Aquarius energy in general is a learning process for everybody in this realm, because everybody in this realm is quote unquote ruled by Taurus. So if you don't do anything, you'll be in that state for a long time. So by default, you have to learn how to take the world lighter, how to take yourself more seriously, how to be stable mentally rather than physically. I'm not saying sorry y'all, I didn't have time to cover the mic here. I'm not saying it's not important to be physically stable, but it's by being mentally stable that you become physically stable. And many people do the reverse. When people think, I need this money first, I need this house first, I need this relationship first, then I can rest mentally, then I can not worry about stuff.
But then that's when you see how when a person like that has achieved a lot of money or security and validation from others, by that for some case by some external reasons being taken away, they can become very or they might kill themselves straight away, or get very mentally unstable, because that was the main basis for their riches, for their was the riches for
not their mental stability and their individuality and uniqueness.
Exactly. So when your riches are based on your mental stability, on your own unique way to think about something and to go through the situations, how you go through them and receive the value that you value yourself, you get that money and that those values and that gratification in the best way for you, so you can hold strong without anything, as well as with 1,000,000 gazillion dollars and know what to do with it, instead of car crashing or getting
Yeah.
some bitches and
Getting
getting up in a case.
Or we get in a SDT and you're gone.
Yeah, crazy
And
things
all
like
that money goes to your flunked out nephew.
Yeah, we see that sometimes when we see people getting rich like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And keep in mind that Aquarius is also fixed. It's just being fixed on other areas as well, on more flexible and more expansive areas of your life. Okay, so let's move on to the second topic, and we are going to move.
Hey, it's the second topic of the day. It's the second topic of the day.
Let's go. What is the second topic for the day, Miss Arya?
So, we have a second topic for today, which states, working hard or all day, quote unquote, mind state is wrong, and we should not praise others for it.
Yeah. Okay, I see. You want to initiate?
Yes, I think that is a great topic for today, which I assume that working hard and all day can mean various things for many people, right? And how you look at it, many times it's like you are exhausting, or you are getting out of your way to complete a certain task, or something that just working for working, and being searching for some form of validation or some form of money and financial value from your working all day long or working hard on something. And I think just instead of because when you are working hard, quote unquote, when you are working a whole day, that means that you are like not taking time and enough rest for your own imaginations to flourish. But I'd like you to elaborate a little bit, because I think I got a little bit lost into the topic.
Because the focus of this topic over here is like not praising this mind state.
Yeah.
Because like when we say it is wrong, this mind state in itself and it's wrong, and it can take you to various places, but it's like wrong to focus on it, or to judge, or not just judge in general, but like judge somebody better than another person, because the person that you are judging better, or you think they are a better man, you think they are a better woman, they think they're better than somebody else, just because they work harder. It's not true, and many times it's actually the opposite, because as Mr. was saying, many people that work hard, they are basically enslaving themselves, spiritually speaking, and many times physically. They might receive some money, but that contract does not justify, does not value themselves, as this does not respect their true value. So when you are thinking that somebody is better than somebody else just because they work harder, you actually choosing aka choosing the wrong person, or you betting on the wrong horse, because that person. And we have to focus this on working hard physically, because then you can work very hard on yourself, and that's the right type of person that you want around you. Okay, so if you think that somebody else is just better because they work harder than somebody else, you are actual, and you praise them and you motivate them and you relate more to them and you open more to them, you just have them in a higher consideration, you are actually like choosing or reflecting your values on a limited person, on a person that needs to work that much just to look a certain way,
or to feel a certain way,
or to feel a part of the world, or just they don't have, like Mr. Ari was saying, they don't have enough space for their imaginations, for their emotions, for their individuality, because sometimes they work very hard because they are running away, because they feel weird if they're different. So you see, you are actually choosing that the best way to be is to be limited, is to sacrifice yourself, your blood, sweat and tears for a piece of bread, for some crumbs.
Yeah, because I see that as a how on levels how people develop their confidence.
True.
And where they bring their confidence from,
and what they relate when they're around friends and family.
Yeah,
They
real
always
shit.
talk about that.
Real shit, because then you can see that in conversations and interactions, how a person that brings up their confidence and how they bring themselves to the world and to the people around them from a space of I've been working all day, I just,
or for these many years,
or that's why I deserve to be here, or that's why I deserve to party all night now and get drunk or
True.
whatever.
And I think we need to establish here something, which is this topic is very out of our physical experience, in our surroundings, what the type of conversations that we had, and just people around us, like our family and our friends, they might not they might not have that conversation with us, but they were having those conversations around us. So and many times what happened, and this relates very much what Misari is saying, it's like it's okay for me to be here and feel comfortable with myself, and feel open to relate, and not feel weird because I work, I went to school, but went to school just another aspect of it, but it's also work. But because I work and I have this money and I'm doing what is quote unquote right, and then there is a separation sometimes, many times, there is a separation between those that work in a regular job and those that don't work. All right?
Yeah.
And many times the people that make that separation are the people that do have that work.
Yeah.
And they look down, or they look to separate, or they look in a weird way to others that they don't work. Either they look at others like they don't make sense, they're crazy, they don't have as enough money as me, they can't buy the stuff that I buy, or just they have too much free time, that's why they can have time for these ideas, or they have all this creativity, but that's because they don't work, they don't need, and that's the mind state that, or this derives from the mind state we are talking about, of working hard, or working all day is praised and celebrated, and it's seen as the best thing to do, when it's not. That's why we say it's wrong.
Yeah,
that's the type of
yeah, because that is that cannot be the judge of your of your individuality, of
and
your,
how you judge others as well.
Exactly.
That's how you value the world and how you open yourself to manifest and teamwork.
Real shit, because you bring your value to the table, or you bring your you manifest your confidence, and you have your confidence based on your own value and on your own ability to value yourself, and to bring that real real expression of yourself onto the world based just on your creativity, on your imaginations, on how you connect with the world, not
True.
based on solely on what you work, because work is a part of it. Work is something that people know you for. Is 10th house, is Capricorn,
True.
is something that
And many times
manifests into
when
your image.
you encounter a family member that you didn't see in a long time, or when you are introduced to somebody new but they are familiar with somebody that is familiar to you, the first thing they ask is, so what you do for a living?
Yeah, that's basically, they ask for your status, because
True.
that's when we see on Facebook, what's your status? You write
True.
on your bio, I'm
Great
single,
analysis.
I
Great
work
connection.
here, I'm bronzing all day in the beach of California, and that is the status that people want to know you for.
True.
In this general society where people praise a lot Capricorn
Yeah.
and the status business aspect of
And
things.
also, in many times in those conversations about people that they have their job and they work a lot, and we are not criticizing here, all right? We just because then that connects with things, with a thing that we already said in this podcast and that we say a lot in our channels, which is you should use the money from your job to your creativity or to your own business, you know.
Yeah.
And then that connects infinitely to what I'm about to say, because then many times in those conversations there is not like, oh, I made this painting today, or I opened this business today, or I expanded my stability in this way today, or I created this YouTube channel today, or I have this new video on my YouTube channel talking about how you can be more sovereign. There is never that. So I think what me and Misaria are trying to focus here on this point is the lack of relatability.
Yeah.
Hold on. The lack of exchange of information and ideas, the lack of acceptance and celebration of your individuality, of your own business, of you creating something new that then evolves into a system and is beneficial to you financially. And as I said, this is all about minds and mysterious surroundings and experience, physically speaking.
Real shit.
Because then on the internet, there is different type of experiences, right?
Real shit. And you can see how surrounding yourself with the right people,
True.
places, and things is really the seed that you plant for your own garden to flourish, and the garden of the people that you really enjoy spending time with, being it physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. You can really create that space for those people to manifest, those things to manifest and to bring and for you to receive onto your life the best things that are good for your garden, right?
True.
You always remember, there is no spirits are like all should be the same and all should be together every time. Everyone should be praising everyone at every circumstance, right? We can also we also have to be and in this space that we are right now, it's like a big soup, right? A lot of people are everywhere, a lot of spirits from different races and different places, and we really are here on a spiritual journey, uniting with our soul group, getting our shit together to really create our gardens, our worlds, and our spaceships to fly in. So many times what this work or working hard job mentality leads to is just continuing that a mess of many times misunderstandings, because you might be connected on a business level, you might all be very business savvy together doing this business project, but spiritually you might not even be there for that person or that case, you know, or that moment. There is no connection that can support. There is the only support is that promise of security, stability, or some profit in the status of the system and getting contracts, and you know, all of the mass agglomerations of what means to be successful
Yeah.
in the world, in the system, right?
And that's you remind me of one thing. So I want to say two things right now to finish the topic here. One thing is many times in our conversations in the quote unquote 3D life, right? Most people don't like their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Most people hate their jobs. Most people be like, I have to do
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
and many people literally say, I don't like my job.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't like the place I
Yeah,
work
there are
in.
literally even people that work in a certain place and they don't even want to be associated
Yeah.
with that place or that they are working there, right?
True. And then like when I make a painting, when I want to go stream, I'm very excited. I'm very motivated
Mm-hmm.
to go do those things.
Yeah, real shit.
And then Mystaria reminded me of something, which was I was talking about the garden, and it was really
Getting
the last thing that you said.
we getting our own environment. That's what I started to say, but then
No, in the
at
end.
We could stop there and
No,
check it out. Check it out.
it was about like being. I remembered, because you said that it was about how people associate success or what
Yes.
it is to be successful, and many people that are like on this mentality of working hard, they're not even successful. They're not even rich.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know,
It's just in their small surroundings sometimes.
true.
Or just daily life.
You know,
Type of thing.
and then just to finish, really finish now. In my group age, many of our parents didn't go to school. Some of them went to college, but didn't they went to school but not college, you know. And many parents think that the best thing to do right now is to go to college, get a degree, and get a job and whatever. But even that the parents that did that, they did that, and they ain't rich. And even if they reach, they can change the world around themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have governance and allowance over anything over
Mm-hmm.
them. Many their parents don't even rule their house,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So they think that they are not successful, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't have an example,
Yeah.
or it's which is successful, but they think that
Mm-hmm.
working
Yeah.
hard and going on that system route is the best way to
Mm-hmm.
be.
Yeah.
But they are in a flung out situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't see how they think that that's the best way to be, because many of them went through that way,
Yeah.
and they ain't rich. So
Yeah.
how they think that I will be
Yeah.
rich?
That subconsciously is like what you say, ancestral curse or
Generational curse.
generational
Yeah,
curse,
true.
where you, but it's like more of a
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
big. It's like it's more of a parasitic type of mentality, which is like very like general. You know, you see it in many places, but it's not.
It connects with the first topic
Yeah.
of today.
Yeah.
That Aquarius teaching Taurus that we don't need to enslave ourselves for that security.
Yeah.
It's not just that way that works. We were talking about that.
Real
It's
shit.
not just that way.
Real shit, because
there is more ways.
Because then people of that age group, for example, there are so many whatever that word is, but your we were saying that your work, your I'm trying to grasp here that thread, you know, your success business. So we're that parasitic mindset, right? So it's like they think they are helping you, right? The people around you, they think, look, this is the most stable way, because in my case this was proven to be the most stable way, right? And in many circumstances you might have a father that is a businessman. He can tell you something more than the people that are in a fabric or in a job that does not allow them to expand on their business, right? Or on their profits monthly. So they will say different things to you, but especially on the cases where you have a parent or someone that is on on the daily job receiving the same money
Mhm.
over and over and like the same routine, they will tell you something that they will tell, go to the school, right?
Yeah.
I went to school, go to that factory to start off, and things like that. So many times those advices are something that they have went through that was not beneficial,
True.
because right now they are not rich, right now they are not in that
Influential.
that
Powerful.
they think that their son can be if
Yeah.
they go through the same route as them. That doesn't make any sense. You cannot push someone in the same route or influence them, especially if you are a woman, but
Yeah.
that is something different. Influence them to go on a certain route because that didn't prove to be right for you. So let your kid, specifically, for example, expand and go on to a path, to the fucking wolves, but don't let them get stabbed or whatever, and really have some form of like expansion mentality over your own circumstance. If you are a parent that is always in
Yeah.
that job mentality.
And if you are a parent that is in the job mentality, or if you're like now 40 and 50 years and you don't have something that it's working for you, you're still working for something, make sure that when you reach like that retirement age or when you get a bit older, make sure you have somebody to take care of you, or you're just going to end up alone on a nursery home,
Real
you
shit.
know, because the
Yeah.
path you are in right now, it will not be able to support you on that older age.
Real shit, because your status in the end of the day,
Yeah.
your work, your how much money you got, all of the status
It will-
and how much
yeah.
shiny you was will not matter
Yeah.
if you treated all the people around you like shit.
Or if you just didn't build anything for yourself
shit.
that can support you.
Real shit. And didn't had no form of like security internally, you know.
Okay. Let's finish today's topic. Not today's topic. Let's finish today's
This topic.
second topic.
This is the
Okay.
second topic, and we're going to
The
this
third topic.
third topic. Third topic. Yeah, with the third topic. Yeah, with third topic. We go third topic. Yeah, it's a topic change. Yeah. Go.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah. Let's go. Third topic of the day
Is
do you want to read this one?
okay. Okay, it's that one.
It's this one.
Okay. How Earth signs. Okay, yeah, it's a good topic. Third topic of today, and I'm realizing a common sense. It's today's podcast episode is a lot about Earth energy,
Yeah.
right?
Dry
Right.
up a little bit.
Yeah, it's perfect for the upcoming new moon in Virgo.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Very
So,
nice.
how Earth signs fall for security and stability and let themselves be used by others wanting to use their stability. Yeah, okay, this is very relating to what we were saying already
Yeah.
on these past two topics. So we're not going to dive very much into this. This is just a warning, or just for you to be careful, because you might be used or you might be using somebody and you guys think it's normal. It's how the world works, and it's not. So Earth signs, they fall for achieving that stability, achieving that security, and in a random thought, that's how many times the wife leaves the husband, or it cheats and goes away with a Spanish or Chinese guy or whatever, because the man was too comfortable or worried about stability and security, and it was not bringing excitement and expansion and the purpose and the good direction to the woman, so the woman goes and find that excitement somewhere else. So that's a way, then they were used by the woman until the woman felt there was no more use, okay? And then it's like you might be paying all the bills, and your partner is just like they feel safe, they feel comfortable, and you feel comfortable in relationship wise, not physically wise, but that's enough to let you be stuck on that situation, so be careful with that as well.
Yeah.
Then you might think you are smarter or more organized or more powerful than somebody else, okay, because you have that stability, you have that security, and you feel safe with what you do with your day. And then you might uh be like in a Joker kind of scenario, where you think you have all that power and all that stability, and then that's the very same thing that keeps you from manifesting what's right for you, and that
Yeah.
keeps you away from the right
Yeah.
opportunities.
And
So
keeps you in that
yeah,
Joker state.
true, and you end up getting tired of what you're doing, then you convince yourself it's the right thing to do, then you get tired again, again and again, and then somebody around you that might not be as stable or organized, they even might look a little bit crazy, they have way more spiritual essence, they have way more creativity, connection with the people around them, and they can really influence the world around them. So they have, in the real sense, more stability and safety, because they can go wherever, wearing whatever clothes, with no money. They can go with no money to that restaurant that you want to go, and they eat real good. You go there with $100, and you might not eat as good as they did, because they're
Yeah.
friends with the chef, and they go into the kitchen and eat a special dish nobody has access to. Stuff like that.
Yeah, real shit. Cannot judge a book by its cover in those
Mhm.
cases. Never.
And then you might be fixed on a way to do something, and then let's say I go work with you, or we are working on a project together, and I do something a little bit different, and you think that your way is the best way to do, even if the result is the same, you want the process to be the same as well. And you might judge my intelligence, my stability, my sanity, my ability to be safe in the world, right? And you might judge me because I'm not doing what you think is the best way to do. And then you might not trust me as much. You might judge me wrong. You might talk shit about me, or you might then you think you're talking shit about me, about to somebody else, but actually, what you think is talking shit, you are actually praising me, because then the other person's like, oh, that person looks really cool. That person has a new way to do stuff, and then they
Yeah.
might fuck with me, and then don't fuck with you.
Yeah, and that comes as well to like college degrees, someone
Yeah.
judging you if you have a college degree, and then you can do something way better if someone that has a college degree
Yeah,
on
true.
architecture.
And then they'd be like, hey, you have a college degree, but that person makes better architecture than you, and
Yeah.
they don't
And
have a college
and
degree.
everybody's like, hold on,
Yeah, hold on.
let me catch the wave here. What's this guy doing? Because I'm tired of fucking working hard every day on some college as degree that I don't have no
Yeah,
business in.
True, real shit. If that person can do it, I
Hey,
can
hold
do it.
on. Yeah, I have this passion, goddamn. I want to do this, but they're always doing some tests and exams about nothing
Yeah.
that has to do with this.
Yeah, and then it's like, imagine, I'd be like, I'm talking with Miss Ari, like, imagine, like, we're friends, and like, look, I have this friend, like, he, uh, he has no college degree, and we're working on this project, and then I brought his drawing, and I think this drawing is shit, right? And
Yeah.
I'm like joking, look at this shit, and I'm showing you, look at this shit, this drawing is so shit. He doesn't even have a college degree, and then you be like, hey,
This shit is good.
yeah, you telling me he doesn't have a college degree?
Give me his number. Oh,
Yeah.
it's in the back of the page.
And then you make business with that other guy, and you never made business with me. We're just friends.
Yeah.
And because I thought I was joking with that other guy, I was joking with me, because I was showing you that me, with the college degree,
Yeah.
can't do as well, or my drawings are not as cool or boring, or that might not even work as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a cool example of you get fixed on that stability, or looking good, or look, I have a proof
Yeah.
of my intelligence
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
of my
Because
skill.
your shit might be good. Okay, it might be good. It might work.
But you have a
But
degree.
but you have a fucking degree.
Yeah.
That's expected.
Yeah.
You pay so much money. Your parents work their
Not just
ass
money,
off.
time.
Time,
Yeah.
exposure, all of that shit. You work so hard. It's expected for you to be a master colleger and work, build a fucking castle. But I want to see a bum do a
that.
drawing like
Yeah.
that and be.
No, it's not like I want to see, but if the bum does that,
exactly.
it has way more
Yeah.
value. You know?
Indeed. It's not like I want to see, but it's
Or
really.
if a 5-year-old makes a better drawing than you.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
it's like way more impression. I give way more impression from their process and from the process of uh, someone that is learning right now or that is learning by themselves or by their own experiences without attaching their time, effort, and money onto a specific academic,
Yeah.
practice or where
True.
they get their information from, because that's a good place for me for information
Yeah.
and shit, but it's not one.
Or
Only
like
one.
you might work on this company, right? And you think you're the shit because I work at Tesla and I make all this money, and people around you be like, fuck Tesla, I hate that company. The cars they made they fucking shit. And then because you be like, oh, I work at Tesla, I got all this money. People don't want you to buy them drinks. People don't want to ride on your Tesla. Or they be like, oh yeah, he works at Tesla, but fuck that guy. This guy is a dick. Or like, oh, he only works at Tesla because he suck dick.
Yeah, and people see that like, oh,
Yeah.
he thinks he's good because he works at Tesla. That's one of the things that we already talked about in the first or second topic, which is literally not attaching your name, all of
True.
your existence to your status, to your business, to whatever
And
you
then
do.
this relates very well with this topic because it's like, oh, he works at Tesla and he thinks he's the shit, and he thinks that we think that he's the shit. So let me use all this stability, let me use this position to get me a Tesla.
Yeah.
Then you never see that motherfucker again. You think you had a really good friend, you think he was really enjoying how you all the shit you're talking about, how you work at the company
Yeah.
and shit. Now he got a Tesla. He got
used.
your Tesla.
Yeah, he got your Tesla. You were promoting so much Tesla.
And your Tesla was not even yours, it was from the company.
Yeah, real
For you
shit.
to do some deliveries.
Real shit. So really be aware and have some form of boundaries when it comes to your show-offs.
True. Not everybody needs to know that you got a gun.
Yeah, nobody needs to know your business.
Yes.
And that's why it's said, don't fuck with my business.
True.
It's my business.
Oh.
It's somehow private,
No, that's what we need to learn
Yeah,
with that opposition of Capricorn with
and Cancer. True.
the 10th and the 4th house.
Yeah, really get your internal business
Straight.
and
get your external business more personal or with a stronger spiritual purpose.
Yeah, with a stronger intention.
And I know that because I have Libra rising.
Yeah.
So my Cap house is the 4th and my Cancer house is the 10th.
Yeah, real shit. And that's how a guy with $1 million getting to zero can be
Getting
can
even
get
more
real.
next.
Yeah.
And then a guy with $1 million loses 100,000 and kills themselves because they don't feel stable anymore.
Yeah. Or hires their 1,000 employees that were working there.
Yeah, and they fuck up everything, shit like that.
Yeah. Just really ways to be aware.
And that's how Earth signs can get lost into stability and safety and be used like a motherfucker.
Real shit.
Drenched dry.
Drenched dry. You thought you had a real beautiful tree, apple pie, but the moment you went to heat up the oven, you turned back to collect the apples, but the tree is already dry as fuck.
Yeah.
You let them snakes come in before you
Yeah.
went to heat up the oven.
Now you gotta eat some snake.
Now you eat some baked snakes. Is that can be good, but it's not what
No,
was
it's
expected.
not good as your
No.
apples, golden
No,
apples.
no. You don't eat that snake apple pie.
Yeah.
Snake pie.
Snake apple pie, apple pie.
Apple pie.
All right, let's go to the fourth topic
Fourth
of today.
topic of the day. It's the fourth topic of the day. Yeah. Yeah. It's the fourth topic of the day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fourth topic of the day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, fourth
Yeah.
topic of the day is worldwide concerning. All right,
Listen
so
up.
it is the United Nations, or when people that you see in television and they have those quote unquote higher important roles, when they say or when they talk about United Nations, what they're really talking about is the nations itself, as corporations, as entities, okay?
As notions as well.
And that is
Called.
yeah, they're talking about the corporation that is called that country name and not the people of that country. When they say England or United Kingdom, when they say Portugal, when they say Germany, they're not talking about the people, they're talking about a corporation. When they say we need to do this for Portugal, we need to do this for Germany, they're not talking about saving the people, they're talking about saving the system, the specific system, the specific structure, the specific organization that they call Germany.
Yeah. And if it is convenient for them, this is like a extreme, but it is always you have to have a notion that if it is more convenient for someone to get rid of people
True.
there because there is some overconsumption or over
They just fucked up.
exaltation, over exaltation of people there, there can be some form of like reset or like big dry or drought. That's when it goes to like weather manipulation, but that's something.
And sometimes it's not even about killing people. Sometimes it's just like shutting down jobs or shutting down certain
and that's when it comes like migrations.
True.
When you well, like France and like Europe as well, accepting a lot of immigrants meaning where from one place there is a lot of people going away, right?
True.
Especially like from those places of like
quote unquote third world.
Quote
like unquote.
North Africa, I would say, like
Middle East,
many places, and
Middle East.
That in itself being like a reset in itself. That area has less people now. That area is more deserted.
Yeah, has less natives.
And so certain other places like France and Portugal and all these
United
Kingdom, US, any place has more people, so there is more workers, for example, for that corporation, for example, because that is how.
Good point.
That's how people in itself is not the. It's not the country.
Yeah,
right. When they refer to.
So imagine
United
right
Nations.
now, not right now, for a few years, Portugal has been receiving a lot of Indian people from India and from countries around India, and in the past it was a lot from Ukraine, from like Estonia and those like Eastern countries, and then it was before that it was a lot from Brazil and Angola, because Portugal was connected to those countries as well.
Yeah.
So let's focus on this specific case. A lot of people coming from India to Portugal, right? So I don't want you to think as India and Portugal as the countries that you see on the map. I want to imagine they are two companies, for real, right? And India is a company and Portugal is another company, right? And they are taking people away from the company on India so they can change, they can rework the building, they can bring new equipment.
Yes.
Hold on. They can bring new software to the computers over there. So they are resetting that company. And then all that people goes to Portugal. So in that company there is more workers. So they can expand their production, they can change the type of products they're making, and they also have less costs because when that's changing, people usually receive less and shit like that. So And especially when they say we have to do this to save the world, they're not talking about the world as the planet Earth. They're talking about their
Their
world,
world,
their
indeed.
system, their
And
worldview.
that's here where I wanted to point out how your how when you see these resets or these wars in certain places happening, where that corporational name attached to a certain specific geographical area, as like calling Azerbaijan or some form of like any place that is there can be like not it's not being sufficiently accepted by the people as a corporation yet.
True. Or it can't
So,
work as well.
yeah, it doesn't work as well as a first world
Yeah.
country
What they call
first world factory or corporation working as. So that's how they also do the resets, they meaning the people that really want to take over a
True.
certain area, right? Because we are talking here about divide and conquer, conquering the world, conquering
they do
the
that through
geographical
war. Like the United States were having a lot of wars in the Middle East.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and it's not.
For an example.
Yeah.
Because then there is other types.
Yeah.
There is cultural, just moving workers around.
Yeah. Real shit, and all
moving
that.
Resources. The war on Ukraine.
Real shit.
For an example.
And this, for example, on India, it has been like exportation and importation for quite some time, like especially since 160 170 there was a lot of migration and
between Portugal and India.
India, but first England and India, and I think
that was after.
But they brought a corporation.
England always used like Portugal, because England and Portugal, they have the quote unquote the oldest alliance in the world.
Yeah.
And Portugal was always used.
Yeah.
As England, it like Portugal discovers a certain country.
Mm-hmm.
Portugal discovered quote unquote as well a lot of countries, and then England kind of chose the ones they wanted, like
to govern,
like in Africa and in India specifically.
Yeah, because then it was kind of like putting people of that area to work on their world, and that's how we see like Germany,
and
for example.
Christianity as well.
Yeah, exactly. We see Germany, for example. I associate it quite easily as
Germany is a very factory-like country.
It's a very factory-like country, and I think it is one of the like first ones to really solidify their corporational state.
Yeah, because the Holy Roman Empire was there.
Yeah, so it is really fortified the mindset of working for the country and,
God.
Yeah, backed and supported by God and the Bible.
Because their system is backed and supported by God and the Bible.
Yeah, exactly. So there the rules are so strict that you going out of them is like already a kind of like a massacre by itself. Like, what are you doing here without your rules, or without your
without our rules?
Without our rules, without our prestige and things like that.
I want to go back to your topic when we were talking about like countries. Like, I'm not saying that Afghanistan is a poor country or anything like that. I'm not even aware of the situation of Afghanistan, like but the countries that are seen as third world country, because there is no such thing, they are classified as that. What, like countries like Germany or the European Union and the United States, when they look at those countries, they look like, oh, there is resources there, there is workers there is more space for us to expand. That country or that zone is not yet in our, or it is in our payroll, or it is in our corporation, but it's not working.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not supporting the corporation the right way. So we need to do this, and we need to do that.
Yeah.
So when the United Nations, they exist to regulate all of that, or to create a sense of union, but it's not really true, because Portugal is not united with Spain. We don't share resources. We don't share. We don't build stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
Portugal is not united with a country, whatever that
Mm-hmm. But
you know.
just but
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because by them saying that including so much space, so many countries, so many corporations into a union, right? Saying this is the European Union, and then having like this, you can see it even clear how they debate of England being in or out of the European Union,
True.
right?
True.
So that being like, are you in the club or out the
Yep.
club? So
And before a country gets into the European Union, or when it gets into, it needs to go through certain things. Like here in Portugal, a lot of agriculture, a lot of fishing infrastructures were deleted or were like, and then a lot of barragens, a lot of water dams were
yeah,
created, things like that.
dance.
A lot of changes. So when you go into, or when you go out of the group of the club, you need to go through a certain process,
Yeah.
and then you can be a part, and then you are a part of the system.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, real shit. And acknowledged as
True.
safe to.
Because then Portugal went through a lot of processes, because Portugal didn't use their money in the right way, so it needed to be punished. And then I wanted to say that when you were talking, that in the European Union there is these classifications and these rankings, like Portugal is the third country where most people drink wine, or Portugal is the worst country when it comes to a certain financial thing, or the worst country is Malta or Greece. They always like judging and making people feel,
Yeah, with
you know,
statistics and like
yeah,
always trying to.
we need to be a better
But-
country in this aspect.
Yeah, in the aspects, yeah. And many times people confuse some aspects with the
Yeah.
general thing of like a place or a geographical space. Because they try to make you think that the limits or the separation between one country and another is like, this is it. From
Yeah.
here to here, it's different. There is nothing like they are.
Yeah.
One is this and another is that.
And that goes infinitely into what I wanted to say, because I said like Portugal is not united with Spain and we don't build shit together, because Portugal and Spain, the corporations, they build shit together.
Mm-hmm.
But what we are saying is the nations are not the people, they are the corporations. So like the people, like I'm not going to Spain right now to build some shit, and people from Spain are not coming here to build some shit with me. That doesn't happen like that. Like the people of the country, we don't, in general, or the masses don't build shit together. It's just like that company or that project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real shit.
And you were saying like that, like, oh, here is Portugal, there is Spain.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Yeah,
You know.
making it separating even
But
more.
aren't we the aren't we in the United Nations
Yeah,
though?
real
And
shit.
things like that.
Real shit.
In the European Union, aren't we
Yeah.
united?
And we see that so closely, especially in like in Europe. If you live here or if you don't, you
Yeah,
may
but-
see it from the
yeah,
outside.
There's a lot of countries.
Yeah,
in
but
the small countries.
It's so many things happening, especially like I remember how separated people get
True,
when there
that's
is
true.
a limit between a country. It's like
Yeah.
very peculiar, which I feel in America, for example, may not feel so much, or but I don't know
Yeah,
how
because
it is about
there is a lot
the
of
states. Right?
yeah, but it's still
I
you're still
think
in the
it's
same
like-
country.
Yeah, it's the same country, so it's different.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Europe there is there might be like a lot of confrontation. Oh, you speak this type of Spanish, you know, and I don't really speak that type of Spanish, so I'm offended, or I'm some form
You
of
feel
like.
like you think?
No, I was just getting on to the point of how when you transition from one specific country to another, for example, there is not much difference. It is like
True.
it's like a transition. It's like between any space, any place, you feel a transition, and sometimes the things
And
are
that's why
so similar.
those borders exist, because
Yeah.
whoever made the
Mhm.
the borders,
Yeah,
they knew that space was unique, that space
Mhm.
was specific,
yeah,
and then as you go through them, you transit.
yeah,
I like to
shit.
use Portugal as an example, because Portugal is quote unquote a small country. No, it's literally a small country in
Yeah.
size, and it's right next to Spain. But if Portugal wasn't a very unique space, it would be just Spain. But it was so different from Spain that whoever runs the world created a specific system for that space, because you couldn't run this space as that we call Portugal in the same way that you run Spain, because it was two unique different spaces.
Yeah, real shit.
Okay,
Alright.
and I think we are done for today.
Alright, yeah.
Thank you very much for listening. I hope we made your car ride, your train ride, your study session, your painting session better. I hope you felt a part of the conversation. I hope you felt inspired and interested in our topics.
We greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much for listening. We really enjoy doing these podcasts and sharing our travels and ideas with you. Remember that you can comment and suggest anything in the comments down below.
True.
You can support us using the LinkTrees of me and EsotericCloudSurfer. We have a lot of different and interesting things to offer. And I wish you enjoy your day, your night, your afternoon.
Your dawn, your dusk.
Beautiful times of the day. And
See you soon.
thank you so much for listening.
Yes.
And we will see you soon. Remember to stay unique, individual, follow your creativity, individuality, and
To maintain your sanity.
real shit. Stay responsible, powerful spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Until the next time, EsotericCloudSurfer and
Daria,
Surfing Out. See you soon.
bye. Yeah.